Okay, I think we're live. Time for day 15.
Oh, don't look up. We need to get to the top. I'm sure we'll make it. I wonder what awaits us there? The unknown is frightening.
As you can tell, I still haven't found a mod for removing that very annoying voice. One day I might. I always hate how boring this first section is, where it's literally just you have to run around a building and get in an elevator. Just wait in the elevator. I guess it's like trying to fool people into climbing up the building, or I think that might actually be the legit way you're supposed to do this, is just scale the building. Don't take the elevator, but
It's very hard to make a choice when you don't know where it will lead.
it's just very annoying. Same for like, I wish this game had checkpoints, just because it would be nice to see all the new stuff more frequently rather than, I mean, this is quite literally our 15th time, at least, seeing pipes, but we've only seen past the windmill twice. Jeez. Falling on the inside of the spiral doesn't scare me. Falling on the outside of the spiral scares me.
There is something strange going on with this world, though there has always been something wrong with it. What everyone clung to, the stability, has been shaken. Maybe this is a chance for me.
Okay. And out of pipes on the first try. We're back, baby. And over we go. Eee. So I've been playing Final Fantasy 1 lately against my better judgment. I've been playing the Pixel Remaster on Steam. Like 3 hours in or so. First, let me say, thank God they have an auto button that just does your last selected option over and over until either you turn it off or the battle ends. Makes grinding a lot easier, because there is a lot of grinding. I actually wish that was something that they would fix, is enemy encounters just give you more XP, just so that way you don't have to grind as much. Right, because there's no point in like, oh, you're losing gameplay if your gameplay is just running back and forth in a field and mashing A.
Go back to the favelas.
Right. Like, it's like, oh, it makes the game easier. Yeah, because the game wasn't fun before. You need to change it so that it's actually fun. And, you know, a part of that is that you can reduce grinding, because I don't think anyone's playing... okay, I say, because you need to make your game fun. Mad respect to Final Fantasy 1. That and Dragon Quest 1.
To get to the new one, you first have to make a jump and get off the ground, not knowing what the future holds.
Then, like, Final Fantasy 1 and Dragon Quest 1 literally invented JRPGs as a concept. So it's like, really just them existing is the victory for them. And the fact that both of them, of those franchises, still exist and are beloved today, really just goes a long way for, like, how well that series has gone. But you know, it's like you're going to be playing Final Fantasy 1, 2, and 3 pixel remasters because they're not good games, just because you want to go through the history of Final Fantasy, right? So you're not there for gameplay reasons. And like for Final Fantasy 2, that's especially true because even though they tried their job system, it was a massive failure in that game. So it's like really the best that you can do is just try to make the experience as painless as possible for people. Or just have it be like a toggle switch, you know? Where it's like in the settings you can be like, do I want to play a modern incarnation or do I want to like play retro style?
My father worked here as a driller, and he always smelled of fuel oil. I was afraid of him and hoped that one day he wouldn't come back from work. He drank a lot and often beat my mother and me, but that's in the past.
You'll never make it to the top. You'll never make it, you bastard.
So, yeah,
I'm still scared of him.
Oh my god. It still should just be like a setting of just like, yeah, I want to play retro style. Okay, great. Here's all the original numbers for EXP and Gil and everything. You know, have fun basically playing the NES game, but with updated visuals. And then there should be just like a like modern take of like, I want to experience the history of Final Fantasy without having to grind the ever-living god out of this game. And then on top of that...
Some say that soon no one will need oil, but it is unlikely to happen sooner than in 20 to 30 years. And meanwhile, oil is still a resource that people kill for.
I really need to figure out how to remove that voice. But, another thing on top of that is, like, I'm playing the game. And, I get... like, you get through the first town. The first town, it just immediately tells you, hey, there's a dungeon to the north. It might give you a specific northeast, northwest, something like that, but north. Go there and defeat this guy and save my daughter. Okay, great. You gave me a thing to do. You do the thing. You come back and they go, okay, great. You can now cross this bridge that was previously destroyed. Okay, I'm going to go over there. Due to mountain ranges or water or whatever, you only have one direction. It leads you into the next town. Well, once you get through that town, they're like, oh, you should go visit the elvish prince, the elven prince. They're across the sea. And you're like, okay, that's great. We're basically on a fucking island. So, when you say they're across the sea, what direction across the sea do you mean? Like, dude, I need a direction. I need someplace to go. Whatever, you figure it out. Like, you sail across the sea enough times and you look at the world map enough and you're like, okay, I think I should probably go here. You find the Elven City, and the prince is, like, in a coma, and the person taking care of him is like, oh, okay. I sure do wish that we had, like, a potion that would wake him up. And I'm like, yeah, me too. So have you heard of a potion that does that? You know, any civilization? And they're like you can't even ask that question, right? Because this is a game from, you know, 1986 or whatever. Oh my gosh, this just blows out my ears. Hold on. I gotta... We gotta get through this really quickly because I just can't hear anything when I'm in here. Game needs streamer mode where it just mutes everything but sound effects. Anyways. Like, it's a game from 1986, so like, you try to talk to them again and they just go, boy, I wish...
Kindergarten, school, army, institute, factory, death. Hello, kinfolk.
So, it's a game from 1986, so you talk to them again, they go, oh, I sure do wish that we had a potion to wake the prince up. Right? That's just the one line they just keep saying over and over and over again. So now you're just dropped off in this, like, new country, like, this elvish country, and they're just like, there's probably a drink out there that'll wake them up. Nothing else. No direction, no town to go find, no no person that might be able to help you out. Nothing. And everyone else in the city is also just, like, completely useless. Like, they don't know either. And it's like, okay, this is also a place where you could have modernized it, is in the menu have a little guide that gives you, like, your last story beat, right? That's like, oh, you went to go see the prince, but he's in a coma. It sounds like there might be a potion that can wake him up. You should try searching the lands to the east, or something like that, right? Like, just a cardinal direction. Just something that says, hey, you should probably start looking here. Or if you're going through the struggle of the Pixel Remaster, the thing with the Pixel Remaster is, like, you don't usually add things to old games that are getting re-released, like on, like, NSO, Nintendo Switch Online. They're not adding stuff to those games
it's a
because...
strange feeling. I've never been this far away from home.
Because they're ROMs. Like, you would have to decompile the code and then, like, make your changes and whatever, like, horrifying code you receive from decompiling that. Make your changes, recompile it, hope it runs on the emulator without breaking, all that stuff. I get why they don't change those games. The Pixel Remaster, to do that, they just rewrote the entire game, like in a modern programming language, and they just, like, said, like, oh, we'll just try to remake it one for one. Because that's what those Pixel Remasters are. They're actually not Pixel Remasters, they're Pixel Remakes. Right? There's an entirely different code base on the back end of it. So you could add new things, like a new NPC that's sitting at the edge of town, and you talk to them and they go, oh, have you heard? I heard that there is this witch that makes awesome potions in the land to the east. Okay, great. Now as a player, I know there might be someone who knows something about this special remedy for our prince here in the land to the east. Like, it wouldn't be hard. Just add one NPC that's relatively easy to find that gives you just some little tidbit.
What a person really needs is not a state of peace, but the striving and fighting for some worthy goal.
I hate this part. I think they're all relatively close enough that I could theoretically just grapple onto the next one if I miss one. I, like, overshoot it a little bit, but it's so unnecessarily small and nerve-wracking. Yeah, that's my take on Final Fantasy 1 so far. And it's a lot of stuff like that. Like, I just used the prince for an example, but the next, like, 3 story beats are exactly the same way. Where they tell you fuck all of, like, where you're supposed to go or what you're supposed to do. All the meanwhile, the enemies just, like, absolutely beat the living shit out of you. Like, you have to grind a lot in order to just, like, not die from point A to point B. So, again, thank God that they added the, like, auto-select, auto-battle, whatever, in there. Because at least that makes... like, you can just grind outside of a town using that, and then you can just do regular turn-based combat for when you're actually trying to play optimally to get from point A to point B or through a boss fight or whatever. Ooh, please scrap on. Thank you. Auto-select, use yeah, I accidentally did that. Before I realized that was auto-select, I thought it was like auto-battle, like AI would decide... Oh, no. Oh. Okay, I thought it was auto-battle, like the AI would determine what the most optimal move would be and just do it. No, it does your last selected thing, so if you told a character to use a potion... You went to a town and healed, and everyone got full healed. You go back out to battle with auto-select still on. Your character just starts using potions, even though he's fully healed. And, yeah, there go your potion reserves. That was a pain in the ass to find out. I wasted like 2 or 3 potions doing that. I find it so funny. You get so far when you don't pay attention to the game and talk about something else. Yeah, it's the new strat, honestly. I think if I sit here and I think about this game for too long, like, I don't know if my hands get nervous or I don't know what. But just like talking, 99% of the time, I can just get to where I want to be. Like, we're already back to the windmill. I think this is perhaps where we can start consistently getting to. Considering I think in the past 4 days, we've now gone here 3 times.
If a man does not know which port he is sailing to, no
Okay,
wind
this
will be a tailwind.
jump sucks. Oof. Oof. I hate these jumps so much. They're kind of crazy, and then you just get to here and you're fine, I think. I don't really remember. This is only my 2nd time coming up these cables. Yeah. But I've made a determination. The reason why I'm playing Final Fantasy 1, I bought all the Pixel remasters as a bundle, right? Because I started doing that. Because I just want to play all the Final Fantasies, because the only ones that I've played are 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 15, and I am playing 16 right now. But the only ones I've beat are 7, 8, 15, and 10. And I want to increase that number. I never ended up beating 9, but I got really, really close. I remember I was playing this on my PS2 with a PS1 disc, and I was on the last disc of Final Fantasy 9. And if I remember correctly, someone one time said that was like legit. There's like 1 or 2 chapters or areas there on the last disc, and I just I put it down for some reason. I see the bed there. Seeing a bed and not exactly putting together where it's supposed to go is concerning, so I'm just not going to use it. But yeah. I did play all of the Final Fantasies on original hardware, though, and this time I think I'm just going to play them all on PC. Where was I supposed to go from up here? I think it was up there, yeah. I've only been up to this area once, but I think if we make it just a little bit farther, we're gonna hit PB for distance. I think if I make it up to the city. Oof. I hate it when I bounce off of it a little bit before it hits the grab box. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. There we go. Nope. Please, up. Okay. Yeah, I think I failed on grabbing the hood of that blue truck. And that's as far as we've gotten. Okay. Yep, okay. Okay. Nope! I think I'm too far out to hit anything. Oh, maybe grab onto that? Nope, okay. Yeah, I think that's the end. Yep, that's it. PB by like 10 feet, I guess. I think I did it in the fastest time yet, though, under 20 minutes, so that's good. That was a good run. I never noticed these people before. I guess I will see you all tomorrow.
Sometimes it's hard to choose the right path, but don't be afraid. You can always repeat. We learn from our mistakes.
Alright, you know what? I'm gonna go find a mod, like, right now to remove that voice. Alright. See you tomorrow.